Hello, Gregg for online tennis instruction. Today I'm going to show you on how you can hit an aggressive running forehand. So recently we had a student write in and say that we often talk about defending when pulled out wide in the forehand, but what about hitting a running forehand and what you can be aggressive with? So usually when you're in trouble, you want to think of swinging up to give the ball height and depth to buy yourself time to recover and get back into the point. But sometimes you want to be aggressive on that shot. So I'm going to show you a footwork pattern that can help you with this, and we can see that some pros will use this. But what you'll do is when you move to the ball, you want to focus on, number one, setting up on your outside legs in an open stance. Now your momentum is going to keep you going in that direction. So as you swing forward to hit, as you swing up to hit, this foot, your inside foot, will then start to transfer. Ideally you want to contact the ball first before you land. Now in order to break your momentum, this back foot now, my right foot, will come around this way, which will then allow you to push back and cross over to recover for the next shot. But now let's look at that again. So you're going to get into position here. You're going to swing to contact. As you're doing, this foot's going to transfer. You're going to hit, then land. Ideally, this foot will come around. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, a lot of people will hit a running forehand and they just kind of run through it like this. What I find helps is to really try to control the upper body and feel like you're almost pausing it for a split second, like your body's sort of pausing through the hit, where you're holding nice and strong through your core. So when you set up like this, as you go to hit, as you contact the ball, try to really engage your core, try to hold the upper body so you're nice and balanced through contact, you release, and then you'll use this leg to break, right? Let's take a look at that in slow motion. Alright, so you're loading on the outside leg. Watch how the inside leg is now transferred through the contact point. After contact it lands, and then the outside leg comes around. The outside foot coming around not only helps you recover faster, but also prevents you from locking your hips and losing power. Now let's take a look at that from another angle, and this time really focus on the upper body. And notice how the upper body rotates, but then at contact, see how the shoulders stay nice and stable, achieved by keeping the head still and engaging the core, which allows for more control and consistency. Alright, so how can you work on this? Now some players can do this quite quickly and just simply start with shadow swings, where you basically would work on doing this and then recovering, and then you can add a ball and do some self feeds. But I find a lot of times players may struggle with that, so in order to work on it, you can really slow things down, and that's where I like to use the doubles alley, where what you would do, and you would stand inside the court, is you would place your outside leg, so if your right hand, your right leg, on the inside of the single sideline. Now you would shadow swing up to contact. As you're doing this, think about your hips rotating up and forward, and as you rotate up to contact, you're going to step through, you're going to contact, then land. Then this foot will step either just to the outside of this line or on the line. And then from here you would take a crossover step back. So watch it again. So you would set up, rotate up to contact, contact, land, break step here, crossover. All right, let's do another one. Now what you can do is you can actually use the alley very effectively and then work your way forward towards the net. So once you can do it slowly, you can speed things up. And you can make your way all the way to the net and make your way all the way back. But that's a good way to start to work on this, and then you would speed things up and start to do it faster and faster. Now once you can do that, then you can add the ball to it, where you would set up, drop the ball, rotate up, contact, step through, break, then cross over. All right. Now as you do that, you may find yourself first focusing on the feet. Once you feel you have the feet correct, then you can try to focus on the upper body, and you want to think that through impact, you're keeping your upper body still all the way through contact, almost like it's standing still in space. So you really got to engage your core to do that. See another one over here. All right, now the next step, we can make it more difficult, where we're going to stand behind the baseline and toss the ball further out wide. All right, so from behind the baseline, you can really challenge yourself and try to self-feed the ball quite wide. Start by really focusing on the feet and coming back. See, one more. Alright, so once you start to become comfortable with the feet, I definitely want you to focus on the upper body, trying to keep your core nice and strong, keeping your head still, and trying to hold your body through space, right? Then from here you could increase the difficulty, possibly with a hand feed or a basket or ball machine feed from across the net, and you could progress that way. Now, sometimes you may be in a situation where you cannot fully lift, and sometimes you have to adapt the finish, but the main thing is you want to focus on the footwork and keep the upper body nice and still. Now, as far as your targets go, cross court's always going to be your highest percentage play, simply because you have more court to work with. Plus, if your opponent gets there, you're in a better position to recover for the next shot. Now, when choosing to go down the line, this may be a situation where your opponent is approaching the net and you want to hit that running passing shot. Or you may find yourself so far off the court, where one of my coaches would say, if you're so far off the court where there's no possible good recovery, sometimes you have to go for broke. Now keep in mind, when you're going down the line, your momentum's going this way. It's going to pull the ball, which can cause you to miss wide. So you're really going to be flirting with the sideline. Also, if you don't hit the ball well enough, you're going to center it, and you're going to leave the entire court open for your opponent. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and leave your comments below. Thank you.